You got new to Chicago. Is it always like this mid-November?
Yeah. Everybody gets sick. That part.
Oh no, I'm talking about the weather.
No.
Yes.
It's just cool.
Yes. Yeah, it's incredible. Good week so far. We'll put a cap on it here today in terms of our install, and then we'll clean things up from there. But the guys are excited to get on out and compete this weekend. So, among other news, we're going to open Jalen's window here today, so that'll be exciting. I'll open it up from there.
What has he shown to get you to that point?
That he's healthy. So yeah, we'll see how long it'll take to get him back in shape. But I think he's a good spot right now, and I think being out on the grass is going to be a good thing for him.
You've said a couple times since you got here that the NFC North was the toughest division of football. When you took over here, knowing the work in front of you, how did you view kind of the path to climb up it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I probably don't look at it from that lens. It's I'm very much day by day and week by week, and I do think at any given week there's a way to win. There's a path to victory, and I don't think it matters who your opponent is. This league, there's just so much parity that you can go against a undefeated team or a team that hasn't won many games, and each week it's going to be a dogfight. So, but we're learning that way. We don't control who's on our schedule. Other than the fact you're going to have your division twice a year, and we focus on those games when they come to us. So been saying all along this week, we're 0-2 in the division right now. This is a big one for us. We desperately need this win.
And with Jalen, obviously I know no timetable, and probably I don't know what you guys were thinking when it first happened, but it seems pretty impressive that he's gotten to this point. I know you said you talked to him in the weight room. What's it kind of say about him that he's gotten himself to this point?
Yeah, I mean he wants to be out there with his guys. It has not gone. This year has not gone the way he really envisioned it. You come in and it happens during the summer, the initial, and you miss training camp, and then you're hopeful you're back to where you were before, and you get hurt in the first game back, and I think he really wants to be out there, and so he's worked his tail off to get to this point, and it's on us as coaches to put him in a good spot here going forward to get him ready to compete here in the rest of the year.
You talked about wanting to be at your best football in December down the stretch. Have you let yourself think about what adding Jalen to that defense would do for that vision?
Yeah, I think we could potentially have some reinforcements coming between when we get TJ back, when we get Jalen back, when we get Kyler back. I think those are three guys going into the season you had a lot of high hopes for and what they could do. I certainly had a tremendous amount of respect for all three of those guys. Competing against them the last few years, and so I'll be excited when we get all three back on the field together.
Ben, do you have any more clarity about how close Kyler is?
It's the same as before. We were hopeful that it was going to be a short-term variety, and we're still of that mode.
Do you look back on Jalen and think maybe we shouldn't have put him out there at that point, or was that just the information at the time?
No, we trust our medical, and we felt really good about him being healthy, and it's happens sometimes. He wants to go out there, he wants to compete, he wants to win, and we'll be really smart with the information we have at hand in terms of putting him in a good spot and at the same time helping our team.
Kevin O'Connell was talking the other day about how we live in a world now where everybody wants answers about the quarterback, not just quarter to quarter, but play to play, and how he's kind of had to learn how to live in that. How do you view that, and do you kind of embrace that, or do you tell your guys, no, don't even, just keep your eyes forward?
Well, yeah, we always try to keep our focus on the main thing. I think Caleb does a great job avoiding distraction. It's something that he's lived in his entire life, it seems like. So he's very well accustomed to it. And I think he understands that the people that are close to him, those are the ones that should carry the most weight in terms of what their opinion is and how he can improve. And so there's a lot of narratives of each play and this guy should do that or blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're not in the building, you don't really know what's being said. And so I come in each week, and I've been pretty consistent all along. I'm very pleased with how he's been progressing. But yeah, I mean, I think that's where we are as a league right now. Is everyone wants instant gratification. You win a game, and next thing you know, you're Super Bowl contenders. You lose a game, and next thing you know, you're out of it. And so that's the world we live in, and it certainly goes to quarterback play as well.
Why is the league like that? Why do you think that's the world we live in? Is that
Well,
just and beyond football, or
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I think it's the climate that we exist in right now. And I really, I don't mind it, to be honest with you. I think that's what makes this game so much fun. It is really hard. It's so hard to win each week, and so that's why we're grateful when we do find a way to get a victory. And yet, we do try to keep the main thing, and the right perspective, so that we don't ebb and flow as much as maybe the outside world does.
And earlier this week, you mentioned the Patriots. You talked a couple times about early in your coaching career in the NFL, what they did was it shaped a lot of the way you viewed the game. Is there anything particular from those 2010s Patriots teams you remember Bill or Josh doing that was really like still sticks out to you as something just unique about the way they were able to morph week to week?
Well, yeah, I mean, you see it from afar, and you certainly respect it because, like I said, the game's plans they change every week. You didn't know as an offense what you're going to get, coverage wise, front wise, all that. I came to really respect it more being in Detroit with Matt Patricia, because that's what he brought to the table, and so just seeing how his mind worked was really reflective of, I think, that New England way, because that's what he had really grown up in, and so I have a lot of respect for what that looks like. I mean, it's a number of different ways, from how you assemble a roster and which each position is responsible for, and the beauty behind the fundamentals of each position, and just the emphasis on that. I mean, there's a number of things that you could really write a book on what Belichick believed in, and it's really, I mean, it still stands the test of time. I think it's the game of football.